Good evening and thank you for joining us. RCMP in Maidstone are reminding residents in the area to keep their vehicles, ATVs and houses locked up after a series of recent thefts. Police say jewelry and cash were stolen from a rural residence east of Lloydminster sometime in the afternoon of January 22nd. The thief broke in through a window. And on February 11th, RCMP say a Lashburn convenience store was broken into overnight. The suspect got away with an undisclosed amount of food. And finally, a white GMC Sierra truck was taken from a residential driveway in Maidstone on February 8th. It was returned 2 days later, doused in diesel. The suspects then attempted to take 2 other vehicles on the property, causing significant damage. If you have any info on these thefts, you're asked to call RCMP or Crime Stoppers. Well, the global economy and commodity prices are factors producers face ahead of this growing season. As agrivisions kicked off in the border city, experts at the annual Agriculture Showcase were weighing in on the issues. Gerard Lampow was there and has this report.
2016 to 2018 is going to be a critical period of history economically.
As producers mull over the prevailing signs of the times, is it any wonder that seed goes into the ground or even cattle producers increase their herd? Errol Anderson is a commodity broker and market analyst who is looking squarely at the economic picture in his presentation at this year's AgriVisions.
We're starting to see the stock markets wobble a bit. The commodity side has already plunged. We've seen the commodities down 50 to 60%. I think for the most part they've washed out, but my concerns are certainly on the equity side of it.
Some canola producers are holding grain in the bin waiting for prices to pick up. Anderson sees cash as king and urges them to sell. College student Dustin Babby farms with his family in Manville.
We have sold a little bit of it, just have to deliver it yet, but yeah, there is some we're waiting for yet.
Ag advocate Louise Cardiner also listened to Anderson's market analysis.
The most important thing this year is we have a lot of canola that's out of condition, so it becomes a position where a farmer should move their canola not just because of the prices, but because of the canola not staying in condition.
Given the economic picture, are producers going through the motions this coming season?
I'm not really that fearful about the farming side. I know there's problems in the cattle side right now. There's going to be some pain in 2016 on cattle. We're seeing restaurants slow, and it's backing right down the chain.
With restaurant beef demand easing, Anderson says the U.S. is also dealing with a meat glut even as they are rebuilding their cattle herd. Along with a strained global economy impacting commodities, he still sees a silver lining for resilient ag producers. As fuel prices ease, so will other input costs like fertilizer.
The whole engine is shrinking, so you can still make money. It's just that we're not used to seeing the engine shrink. We're used to seeing inflation.
But as deflation continues, Anderson admits that the future is uncertain. Gerard, Lampow, Newcap News.
Well, it's been a tough and educational week for a group of high school students in the border city. They traded their spring break to take part in the RCMP Youth Academy. Today it concluded with a graduation ceremony.
The Youth Academy has been an excellent opportunity for us to get to know the community better, to have individuals join with us to help shape the youth in our community.
The Academy gave youth experiences in policing. The graduation is a culmination of what they've done this week. It showcases the skills they've acquired to their families, the school division, and the RCMP.
We're very proud of these kids. It's been a week, but it's been a very full week. They've been working, 12 to 15-hour days, depending.
Constable Kersinger says the kids pulled together as a troop. They were exposed to situations they wouldn't normally encounter at home or school.
We've had officers volunteer their time, we've had teachers help, we've had volunteers in the community.
Participants say it was an unforgettable experience they'll take with them into the future. Well, the 2016 air shows will take flight in just a few short months, and the CF18 demonstration team will be involved in many of them. The theme and pilot for the demo Hornet has been announced, and as Tiede explains, this year's show will be extra spectacular in celebration of a milestone anniversary.
It's very exciting. I get to take the jet all around the Canada and United States and demonstrate the professionalism and capabilities of the RCAF.
Captain Ryan Keane will impress airshow audiences across North America this summer. With over 1,600 hours of flying experience in high-performance military aircraft, Captain Keane has been appointed as pilot for the CF18 demonstration team. He will be flying a Hornet in approximately 30 different locations, all while commemorating the 75th anniversary of the British Commonwealth Air Training Plan.
We'll have a little bit of a write-up and a speech during the demonstration to talk about Canada's contributions to the British Commonwealth Air Training Plan and how that gave birth to our 400 series squadrons.
The British Commonwealth Air Training Plan was one of the biggest initiatives undertaken by the military in its entire history. 200 depots, training stations, and air bases in Canada train over 130,000 Allied air crew members for the air war in Europe. In celebration of the program's anniversary, design director Jim Belleneuve says this year's theme is light against the darkness.
We're going to be pulling in a lot of what I would call fundamental yellow, which was a color we used on our training aircraft back in World War II. And it's going to be featured on the wings and the control surfaces of the aircraft, as well as some murals depicting day-to-day life and all the various aspects of the Commonwealth training program.
Black, yellow, red, and white will streak across the sky once the design is complete. The jet is in the process of being stripped from last year's paint, and the new colors will be applied in the beginning of March. Belleneuve says along with help from the Air Maintenance Squadron, a 15-year-old high school student will be getting involved as part of a work experience program.
He's a bit of a prodigy, and it's kind of good to have him on the projects.
The East and West Coast ground crew consisting of 13 people has been appointed. One thing is for sure, on July 16th and 17th, all eyes will be on the sky for the Cold Lake Air Show.
And every year we get a little bit more ambitious. The themes become a little bit more global, universal. They're very important to Canada. They're very important to our Air Force.
It's going to be a high-energy show. We've got a couple of different maneuvers, new maneuvers that we're going to try to work into the show this year. And hopefully the crowd's going to enjoy them as much as I enjoy flying them.
Hannah Tiede, Newcap News.
There are lots of events planned for this weekend in the border city and the surrounding area. The Battle of the Badges Todd Gustafson Memorial Hockey Tournament is planned for this Sunday. There's also a chance for you to take in a jamboree on the weekend. Heather Klages has all the details in this week's What's Happening.
This Sunday afternoon, we're hoping that the parking lot at the Civic Center is just full, just like this one is now, because there's a really important hockey game taking place this Sunday. It's the annual Battle of the Badges, the Todd Gustafson Memorial Hockey Game that's going to see members of the Lloydminster RCMP take on members of the Lloydminster Fire Department. Should be a great game, plus proceeds go to help out a couple of great causes. Proceeds are going to be split between Big Brothers Big Sisters and Citizens on Patrol. You can get tickets at the door for the big game on Sunday. Make sure you get your pink shirt found this weekend, because on Wednesday you're going to want to put it on. It's Pink Shirt Day, Anti-Bullying Day in the city of Lloydminster. And coming up on the 25th, there's going to be a special guest at the Vic Juba Community Theatre. Saskatchewan Rough Rider Luke Mullender will be in town to talk about bullying and how to combat it. If you want to get a ticket for that, they are free, but you need to get it in advance. Just get in touch with Midwest Family Connections. We've been lucky enough here in the city of Lloydminster to be entertained by George Canyon a number of times, and he's got a brand new album out, and we want you to win a copy. It's called I Got This. It includes the hit song, I Got This, that you've heard on Lloyd FM. If you want to win a copy of this CD, it's really easy. All you have to do is email your name and daytime phone number to tvcontest@newcap.ca. And we want to say thanks to John at Universal Music Canada for setting us up with the new music. And tomorrow you can hit the road for some great music in Tullabee Lake. They're hosting a jamboree tomorrow. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, I hope you have a great one. I'm Heather Klages, and that's what's happening.